Right, now name analysis with Laurence Payg, who when I first knew him was Lawrence Adams. Correct. But he changed, but he practices what he preaches, you must say, because he changed his name, didn't you?
I changed it twice, Becky.
You did actually,
yes.
You changed the spelling of Page, didn't you?
Well, first of all, I added in 2 middle initials, G and Y, became Lawrence G. David Y. Adams, and within 3 weeks I was on 3 radio stations, so yours was one of them.
Oh, I just thought someone was after you for money or something.
No, it was all above board, Becky. Then I got married and I changed again, yes.
Yes. Now, if somebody watching is, say, pregnant and they want to choose the right kind of name for their child, what letters should the name include?
The letters preferably should start with very positive letters, Becky. Children are so precious. We want them to be the best that they can be. We want the best for them. If we're being honest, they're our future.
Which are the positive
letters? You need to
letters?
look at C, G, P, D, Y, even a Z. Right? They're L as well. They're positive letters.
L.
The C would get a child off to a very good start. It's very strong health, strength, recovery if there's any illness. The G brings gains. So you look for positive letters at the beginning of a child's name to get them off to a good start in life.
At the beginning of,
yes.
rather than at the end of the name?
Oh, yes.
It doesn't count. It's got to be at the beginning.
Well, every person is in the letters in their name. Now, when a child is born, it starts off in the first letter from their first name, the first letter from their middle name, and then the first letter from their surname.
Right.
So if you have a surname that begins with a G, they're going to get gains anyway.
OK, all right.
But you can add another positive letter in to make their lives very positive. Some letters should be avoided, I must be perfectly honest.
Oh, you always are.
Yeah. B's can bring physical delicacy.
B for Becky.
The H brings 8 years of stress and strain. A U brings 3 years of losses. Now, we don't want those things for our children, so if we can avoid them in names, it's always a good thing.
OK, well, how do we work it out? If someone's at home thinking, you know, how on earth do we work out? What's this chart
It's very difficult, but the basic rules are quite simple. Write down the numbers 1 to 9.
Yeah.
Put the alphabet underneath and keep going till you use up all the letters.
Like you have, yes.
Now, you can see from that A, J and S are given the value of 1, B, K and T given the value of 2, and so on and so on. You then print the child's full legal name and put the number under the letter.
Yes.
Now, all you then do, if you want to, you can add the numbers up and see what the name totals, so you've got an idea of their personality, their characteristics, their virtues and their vices. But if you add up the numbers until you come to an age, you can see what letter affects the child's life. So a G is there for the first 7 years. Right?
Who's come up with this in the first place, Lauren?
I've no idea. It
Wasn't
goes
you,
back.
was it?
No, I'm not that clever, Becky. It goes back a long, long time. The furthest back I can trace it is about 2,500 to 3,000 years. But the written records were in China, but it was in use long before that time.
Okay.
So I don't know quite where it come from.
Obviously 3 superstars with us today.
We have indeed.
Yes, the first one being Derek. Is that your real name? What's you doing to Maria over there?
There's a lot of things.
Get your hand down where I can see it. Oh, you need to Tony. Anyway, Derek, is this your real name, Derek?
Yes, it is, Becky, yes.
Are you sure now?
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
OK. So what does this signify?
Basically, we put the numbers underneath the letters, 4, 5, 9, 5, 2.
Yeah.
Derek totals 25. 25 is a name that is psychic. They're very intuitive. Now, we already know Derek's psychic, but if I show you the definition that was written down a long time ago, that's what it says. They're sincere, they're hard-working, they're very caring people, a good imagination, and Derek should use that positively by being creative when he's not working. The more creative he can be, the better.
That's good then for Derek. Doesn't need any changes of that, doesn't need to add any letters or anything, that's fine.
That is fine for his career. There's no problem with that. Other names influence it, for better or for worse. And the individual letters then bring events at certain ages.
Cora can't be your real name. You must have made that up, haven't you?
No, it's not made up. Cora comes, and is derivative, if you like, from my gran, who married twice. Her first husband passed away quite young, and she married the second time, and the gentleman's name was Cora. So the name, and she used it as a medium, as her surname, but just as Helen Cora.
Okay.
So that's where the Cora comes from.
All right,
it actually totals 28.
Ask a simple question.
A Cora totals 28. It's the independence side, the leadership, having his own business, looking after himself. The problem with a Cora, and we have mentioned it, is the H, which brings stress and strain, right, for 8 years. And a Cora, change the H to a Y, a Cora would be a much better name if he ever wanted to change. But the choice is Derek. It's not up to me.
Absolutely, yes. Think about it. Now,
Forgive me.
pardon?
I know he's right, but my grandmother would never forgive me. to change it from a Cora.
Okay.
No, no problem with that, Derek.
Can we move on now, Derek?
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
Oh, do you know? Right, now, Tony here.
Exactly the same system, it totals 20.
But can I just tell you, this isn't Tony's real name. Tony's real name is Colin. Colin, I've known him for I don't know how many years, and I didn't know this. Your real name's Colin Anthony.
And yes, Anthony is my real name. Colin's my first name.
Colin Anthony?
Yes.
Schaefer?
Yes.
You get everybody's secrets when you get names, Becky.
I know. But what about Tony here?
Well, Tony we wouldn't use because it's not his legal name.
Oh.
But if we have somebody called Tony, just Tony, not Anthony, not the short, that is their real name. It totals 20. They're caring, they love music, animals, children. They're very deep thinkers, they're very intuitive, but they can be their own worst enemies. They can think themselves into problems as well as out of problems.
Okay.
Now, Anthony is much better.
Yeah.
Anthony totals 34. It's the executive ability, the controlling, the organising, the leadership. A love of music is in that name, the bossy side, all right, right? It's a name that loves music. They're also intuitive, they're psychic. There's nothing wrong with Anthony. Colin is a little bit different, right? Colin is the more secretive side, keeping things very much to himself.
No, I'll say he's kept that name quiet for I don't know how many years.
But both names do indicate the digestive system, and if Tony was my client, I'd say you need to look after that area as well.
You've had problems, haven't you, with your...
Last year.
Yeah,
last year,
you
yes.
did. You're right, actually, there. Right, Maria now.
Maria.
What about Maria? Maria, I better not sing. Is that your real name?
That's my real name.
It
What else,
totals
Kristen?
24. First of all, they're sincere. They're very nice people to deal with, right? They should avoid heights and high places. Anywhere where Maria looks down, her knees are going to go wobbly, I'm afraid, so she should avoid heights, right?
Is this true?
You save flying, you save travelling, but don't knock on the edge of cliffs, ledges, balconies, high windows. They should be avoided.
Come on, tell
right?
us, hang on, just tell the truth, Maria.
I actually do avoid. I don't go near them, so I don't know, but I do avoid.
Yeah,
high
you're
places.
wise to avoid them. It's
Yes.
literally that simple. It's a name that indicates the circulation. They can be very loving and giving. They can have a temper in that name as well occasionally when it comes out. When it blows, it's going to blow, so stand clear. They'll forget. Whether other people do is another matter. It's a name that has a great love of music, and Maria should use music to unwind, relax and recharge. If you don't already do it, record your
Do you like
favourite
music?
pieces of positive
I love
emotional music
music.
and play it all the time. Yeah, but
Right,
she should
okay.
use that to recharge.
So, are these names, for the purposes of today, I mean, that's obviously Colin, are they good names for our assembled
They're excellent
people over
names
there?
for what they're doing.
Right, okay,
For their
good.
careers, they're fine. There's no problem. They have success built in, but they also give them the talent in their personality to do the job and do it well.
What's the best, very quickly, what's the very, very best name you could possibly, if you've got
There
a
isn't
child?
one.
Okay,
If there was a best name, I'd have taken
Yeah,
it.
I know
right?
you would. You
we've
keep
got to
changing
bear
your
in
name,
mind
don't you?
their surname and obviously the date of birth. It's
Yeah.
no use giving a child an introvert first name if they have an extrovert date of birth.
Well, I tell you what, you'll never find out my date of birth. Anyway, that's another story. Right, now...